Breaking news, my lovely, wonderful people, is happening. Northerners give Tinubu a serious warning. Emergency rule in Zamfara. Tinubu, the North is not rivers. The president lack power to appoint sole administrator. Whatever is going on, Tinubu cannot interfere by coming to declare an emergency rule when this is not the South. Well, the North, we all know of insecurity and serious issues going on currently in the North, and one of the Northern leaders has come out to warn Tinubu very carefully. Say, listen, this is not, okay, I repeat, this is not rivers. You cannot wake up one morning and tell us that you are declaring emergency rule. See, they tell us, see, you lack the power. You have no potential. You have no ability to wake up one morning and to tell us that you have declared you have declared a state of emergency, and you have now giving us or appoint a sole administrator. They said it's not. They said the president lack the power. It cannot happen. Well, we'd like to hear from you. We would sincerely, truly like to hear from you. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's hear your thoughts. Don't forget that you have a voice, and every one of us must continue to speak out and end every abnormality. God bless. Have a fantastic day. From us, it's bye for now. Let's get all the details. Emergency rule in Zamfara. When Zamfara is not is not a rivers. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu lacked the power to appoint a sole administrator. A former National Security Secretary of the All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA), Dr. Sani Abdurrahim Shakifi, has reminded those clamoring for a state of emergency in Zamfara State that the state is not rivers, where such declaration was made recently and given ability to continue to happen. Warned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have no ability, you have no such calling in any way, humanly speaking, possible to do any such thing. You can't. This is not rivers, and you cannot declare any state of emergency. Shafiki, a former governorship candidate in Zamfara, writing on behalf of the Patriot of the Advancement of Peace and Social Development (PAPSD), dismissed the call, describing it as a politically motivated, ill-conceived, patriotic and unconstitutional position and arrangement. No matter what is going on in the North, the president has no such power to come in and declare a state of emergency. It is a calculated attempt to disrupt the state, cause confusion and political unrest to us. We would not allow that. Shakifi believed that a cabal that held the state hostage for years has been sponsoring youth to stage protests calling for a state of emergency as declared in Rivers, but assured them that the president lacks such capacity and power to do so in Rivers. There is no comparison between the two states. This is not the South. The situation that led to the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State is not applicable to Zamfara, he insisted. He said that it was unfortunate that despite effort being made by the governor to fulfill his campaign promises to Zamfara people, some opposition politicians in the state instead are not in alignment with the governor to build a better state. And they have gone on to do everything humanly speaking possible to stand against the state and looking out to call for a state of emergency. This is not Banana Republic where laws and constitutions are not applicable. When this is not the South, they try to get through the back door to get into the position of leadership, just like Wike is doing in Rivers, but it will not happen in the North. For the advancement of doubt, Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution as amended provide the procedure for the removal of a governor or deputy governor from office. I know this has not been followed, but we will use the law to the latest against anyone opposing the truth in Zamfara. It is obvious that Zamfara state is not a state of war, or required any state of emergency. The spark of terrorism and insecurity, banditry, militancy, and kidnapping for ransom is not peculiar to Zamfara. In fact, most of the northern states are experiencing such. So if you say you want to declare a state of emergency, it's not just going to be Zamfara. You're going to declare it in all the north. Then we know you are a president. You can't wake up one morning and begin to compare security issues from one state to another and declare a state of emergency. The president totally, completely lack any ability for such gruesome activities. Comparing Zamfara State previously to the current state it is right now, I said there is significant improvement. Sadly, most of the videos and pictures of attacks circulating on social media are the past. This is not what is happening now to reheat the political tension in the state and obviously derail the leader and the effort is making to make Zamfara more safe and progressive. The governor, like others in the 36 states of the Federation, have no constitutional power to deploy security agencies if there is security breach in any of the states. Is from the commander-in-chief to deploy security agencies to ensure the states are safe. The application of chief security officers of their state is merely ceremonial. It is an aspect of the constitution that should be amended to give power to the governors to deploy security agencies to curb insecurity in their states. He urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do the needful. Military high command to quickly address insecurity and breach. They are doing nothing. They just sit in Abuja and they are thinking of declaring a state of emergency that will not stand. Let's be honest. Let's look at the security details and issues going on. If the president really wants to do what is needed, he will deploy the security agencies accordingly. And the welfare of the people, the primary purpose of governance, must be provided and ensure that security is top-notch according to Section 14, Subsection 2B of the 1999 Constitution as amended. We recommend the military personnel for their commend the military personnel for their efforts and urge the federal government to motivate them and provide necessary weapons to defend these criminal activities, he added. He said, we equally urge Governor Lawal to summon an emergency security summit in the state involving security chiefs, religious leaders, traditional rulers, local government chairman, and civil society organization to brainstorm and chart the course forward on security. This will further guarantee public safety and order the foreseen of security breach witnessed recently in some of the northern states. Declaring a state of emergency is not what the North need right now. It's the president being honest. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. God bless. Bye for now.